Adidas is the German multinational corporation that designs and manufactures sports shoes, clothing and accessories based in Bavaria, Germany.
And as far as its direct soccer investments are concerned, it's the sponsor of the German and Argentinian team and all of that. Lots and lots of clubs. And it actually owns 10% of Bayern Munich, which is one of Europe's major players.
Market cap, $34.2 billion, PE ratio 29.5 and a dividend yield here of 1.1%. So let's follow on in terms of their actual direct ownership of the football club mentioned.
It's one of the things that the German government, in fact, the German football system has done well. So in Germany, a lot of things are controlled. Ticketing price is controlled. What footballers are paid is controlled. Transfer market is very regulated. So there isn't like the sums that you'll see in the EPL, for instance, or in the Spanish league. There will not be any of that. What Germany has done well in trying to get its own domestic companies to invest in the football is that it gave them more control. Hence, we haven't had the disasters that we've had in England in Germany. It's always been regulated that way. But what Adidas has in a 10% ownership of Bayern is that I say this phrase a lot, but it continues to own the premium German brand that you find in German sports, let alone football. Bayern is almost traditionally the carrier of the German pride. There's more national team. Yes, there's more German footballers in their team than any other football club. That should say the investment alone that the club is making in getting the brand out. So I don't know if Bayern Munich will win the Champions League this year, but I think they will end around the semis. That's leverage for the brand, for Adidas. Well,
let's look at the share price for Adidas.
Yeah, I think what we'll be looking at here is the US listed ADR, but you can of course invest in these directly in the Frankfurt market, and that would be priced in euros. But that's what I was referring to earlier. We're battling back in 2012, 2013, lost market share in the US, had a bad time, but a whole lot of good things started happening. Certainly the Russian investment they made was kind of behind them. The German national team won the World Cup in Brazil in 2014, and a whole lot of the clubs that they were involved in started doing well. Plus, Adidas launched a whole new range of casual athleisure wear in conjunction with all sorts of design celebrities, and that's done well for them. You might have seen those white Stan Smith shoes that the youngsters all wear. That's a kind of retro leather white look, you know, for young teenage girls. So they've been winning on all cylinders, whereas they had a very bad year before that.
Have they cornered the celebrity market to the same extent as Nike?
How do you feel about Kanye West, for example, and his Yeezy range?
I was about to get in there. I wanted to finish off, Bron, before we move to the celebrity market by saying that they've also done well with the United sponsorship deal. I mean, seeing Jose Mourinho, he's probably one of the biggest celebrities in sports, so he drives the money. United is the most valuable team in football from last year's Deloitte report, you know, and they knocked out Real Madrid. That's a big win for them. Kanye, I don't know, is Kanye still a brand?
Kanye and he's linked to the Kardashians. Come on, the most popular reality show around. Yeah, he's a brand.
I don't know what people make of Kanye ever since his last breakdown, but you know, he's Kanye. He continues to be.
He's allowed to have a breakdown or two.
But the Yeezy range, you got to see this stuff to believe it. It's very highly priced, but it looks like rags. It looks like you just wandered off the set of The Walking Dead.
Or you took a pair of scissors to your outfit.
You know, but people love this stuff.
So can we call this one Adidas?
New CEO, the guy that joined Adidas as the CEO, Kaspar Orsted, came from Henkel or one of the other German industrial companies. So it's turned its fortunes around. I don't know. I think you've got to give it to them. I'm very positive about the sports apparel and fashion market. It's a luxury
even
goods
with that steep ramp up to where it's trading.
Yeah, I think it was really just catching up. So I think it's still fine for me anyway. I'm going to go with hot on this one too.
Hot.
I think the market continues to be tougher than it was before, but I think there's an upward trajectory, so I'm going to go with hot on this one.